Yeah.
Absolutely. You see, back in the time, people used to feel accomplished. If you go into a farm and then you dig
Ah,
the,
yeah.
the sand and you dig and you water the plants and you just really feel. So just pressing a button, doesn't that take away from the actual feeling of having done something? Because I remember in America, they had this um product that was an easy cake mix. I've forgotten the name. I don't know if you've ever read about it. So it was an easy cake mix, and all you had to do was just add water. And so many people didn't buy that cake mix just simply because they didn't feel like they'd done much. But the people came back again and just added like an egg or something like that. And it made a two-step process that somebody felt
Mm,
they were actually accomplishing and doing something with the work. Does that not
mhm,
at a human level make people feel like they are no longer relevant to the jobs that they claim they are
mm,
actually doing out there?
mm. So I was especially about this topic. I was had an interesting I heard an interesting thought a couple of days ago, and I can switch this to my tool, so I can apply it to my tool. So in the past, you've been creating a blog article by writing, thinking, and when it was ready, it's like, oh yeah, exactly. When it was ready, it's like you felt really accomplished. So
Yes.
what you did in this time is you invested a lot of time into something which was as good as it gets. Now in the future, you can invest this time into knowledge, right?
Mm,
So you're listening to podcasts as an example, and you have way better content ideas, and these you can create in seconds. So in the end, I think in the end it matters how good is the content I'm putting out into the world. And I think as more I'm not sure. This is okay. This is now my personal thing. I'm listening to a podcast and it gets me so creative, right? This is why I created these tools. And then I'm like, okay, so I hear five different things which I want to share. Like I'm mixing the content I learn with what I already know, and I can create content on the fly while listening to the podcast. And I believe, so in the past, you would have 10 or 20 hours to create a really good blog article, but you didn't have the knowledge. Like because you're spending your time on creating, you do not spending your time on knowledge, right? So your content ideas will probably be better. And when everything else is automated, your output will be better as well. I think you will feel better. It's
mm.
just you're doing something different. You're learning instead of working. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I hear you. I understand because obviously, like what you're saying, if let's say somebody's listening to this podcast right now and they get an idea or it connects the dots for them, they may actually just go in and then start writing
Mhm.
about that piece. You might say a sentence which literally ignites them to go out and maybe create a piece of content that was the
Mhm.
missing puzzle for
Mhm.
their audience there.